Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being awesome. Just getting ready here. We'll go live in a couple of minutes. Just setting it up. Thanks for being here. We're going to be talking about goals, desires, and your dreams. I'm also live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So you're welcome to watch me there as well. So thanks for being here. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. Here we go. Just let me get this links right. Thank you so much. Welcome, Elliot. Welcome, Yolanda. Thanks for being here. My name is Kamal, and I am coming to you live from Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm going to be talking about goals and desires and what does it take, Bob Proctor style, to get your goals and desires achieved. We'll be going live in a couple of minutes, so thank you for being here. Thanks for being awesome. Oh, that's Elliot. Elliot, welcome. Thanks for being here. I didn't recognize you from the picture, Elliot, so thank you.
My pleasure.
Beautiful.
Halloween toy.
I love that picture.
Did you get my email?
Yes, I got your email. Thank you so much. That's pretty awesome. I actually, I didn't get the second email. I got the first one, but I'm looking forward to the second email where I actually see the links and we can use that information. That's absolutely beautiful. So thank you.
I'll find it on my phone. The funny thing is, I had ran it like months back as something suggested, and I told Cheryl. So we started watching it, and we fell asleep. Or we turned it off and fell asleep. So we never got to watch the entire thing. So we started watching it last night again, and we'll see how much we get to watch tonight.
Wonderful, wonderful. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you. That's cool. So I'm trying this new live stream, restream to go live here on Clubhouse, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook at the same time. So we're going to see how it's going to go. At least it's showing I'm live in the different channels, and we're going to try it. So tonight I'm going to speak to you about goals and desires and part of the leadership talk that we get from Bob Proctor, my mentor. So welcome. If you haven't heard this, you're in for a treat. Do me a favor, get a piece of paper, get a pen, and let's invite some people into the room because we're about to just make it happen. It's Sunday night, it's Halloween night. It's time for treats. No tricks tonight, just treats, all right? Yeah. So, thank you. Bye. Good to see you guys. My daughter and her boyfriend are going out. So good to see you guys. Tonight's only going to be treats, no tricks. So do me that favor, invite few people into the room. I'm going to see what happens here with the live. Check it on another feed, see if it works. But it looks like it's working. It's telling me it is. So you can give me the feedback after. So what we're talking about and what is this and who am I? Some of you know me, some of you don't. My name is Kamal. I am a student and teacher of the law of attraction. I'm a money expert coach. I am working with Bob Proctor, Forbes Riley, Laurel Lagmeyer on thinking into results, on Think and Grow Rich. It's a proven system to help you go from where you are to where you want to be. You could be at a certain level and you want to move to that next stage. Well, you're in for a treat. This has been going on for a long time. Bob has been doing this for 60 years and he's now teaching me. So just imagine the resources that we have in our hands for the last 120 years, all summarized, and it's being delivered to you in a very simple format. Bob Proctor, my mentor, is 87, and you've heard of the law of success, you've heard of Think and Grow Rich. We now have access to the material of how you can go from where you are to where you want to be in record time. If you haven't studied this material, if you haven't seen it before, this might sound like a fantasy, this might sound like a dream, and perhaps it is to you, but it's good, but I want you to dream big. I want you, because I did, and now it's happening. See, after 21 years of managerial positions in manufacturing and degrees, I've now figured out a way. I've figured out a way to be more, do more, and become more. But that only happened after I started asking questions as to what do I want? How can I get more? After you allow yourself to start dreaming about wanting more, you're going to start finding more. Then the right teachers are going to come into your life. So do you find yourself doing that? Do you find yourself asking, why don't I have double my income? Why don't I have double my business? Do you find yourself with big dreams, or are you hiding? Are you waiting until the new year comes and waiting for New Year resolution to set the new goals and see the next 2 months to just go by? What challenges do you have? How are you going to break away from the pack? How are you going to turn your goals into reality? So, what I'm speaking to you tonight about a system for peak performance. It's a system to set your goals and desires on fire, to get you moving in the right direction. A system to get you happy, healthy, and wealthy. That's what I'm talking about. Happy, healthy, and wealthy. This is a leadership system about thinking into results. And yes, you might have heard of it, you might have not. And at the end, I'm going to share with you how you can start getting involved. So I don't want you to be surprised. At the end, 25, 30 minutes, we'll see how far we go. And I'm going to ask you to get in on the game and get a taste of the next adventure for yourself. So let's get started. Let's get started with how you're going to become $1 million man or woman. How are you going to become a seven-figure earner? What does it take? What does it take to become a seven-figure earner? So Art, Nakia, and Yolanda, and May, if you haven't followed me, I appreciate the follow. Please go ahead and follow the club. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube, LinkedIn. I'm now broadcasting on 3 channels, and there's going to be more. So what's it going to take to become $1 million earner? What do you have to do? You've heard me talk before about burning your bridges, letting go of the past and moving into a new reality. So are you ready to do that? Are you ready to start moving in that direction today, tonight? You might be thinking it's too late for you. You might be thinking this is not for you. And you might be thinking, yeah, I am ready. I just don't know what to do. Well, you are in the present, you are in the now. I want you to let go of yesterday, and I want you to let go of the morning, and I want you to let go of what happened last week. You only have control of now, this time, right now. So here in my hand, I'm holding a timer. And in this timer, as the sand is flowing down, we only have control of the time right now. You have to start being kind to yourself and stop giving yourself a hard time about what you didn't do before. Start being kind to yourself. Start working on the now. Start working on a story that's going to move you. What do I mean by that? Well, you've tried what you've tried in the past, and so many things have worked or have not worked, and you want more. So if you stay in the mindset where you're giving yourself grief about what you tried and didn't work, you're causing yourself this manifestation of the same thing as what's happening in the past. And I want you to have new set of results. I want you to change your results to that next level. If you give yourself hard time for what has happened before, which perhaps is not what you want, it's going to keep coming. So you have to let go of it. You have to start thinking big. You have to start thinking, what would you do with this $100,000 a month income? What would you do with these ideas? What you're going to do and how you're going to feel when you are earning $1 million a month. This might be scaring you right now, and I hope it is. And if it's too small, educate me. I hope you're making more. So I want you to pause and say yes to this big dream of yours. Pause and say, yes, I want more. You have to become comfortable with wanting more. I call the room leadership goals and desires. Because I want you to have a big goal. I want you to be comfortable saying you want more money. I want you to be comfortable saying, I want more. So many of you are not comfortable. You're shy and you're going away from it. I don't understand why. I don't know why. It's like as if you don't deserve it or something. What has happened in the past has happened. Forget the past. We only have now. I want you to pause, start thinking that you want more and you deserve more. I want you to start telling your conscious mind that, yes, I want this more. I want that income. I want that property. So your conscious mind, your intellect, your thinking mind, everything that you've been studying that goes in there is telling you, yes, I want it. Yes, I want this income. Yes, I want this money. Yes, I want this relationship. Yes, I want whatever it is that you want. And let's focus tonight on a seven-figure income because that sounds cool, like seven-figure income. So many of you probably are around the six-figure income. being about 100,000. It could be 80, it could be 70, it could be 110. That's where I was before I started this material. So let's say tonight's goal is going to be a seven-figure income, $1 million income. Wouldn't that be nice? So your conscious mind is telling you, yes, I want it. It's going to feel good. But there's something else happening inside of you. There's an invisible force talking to you. It's an invisible force. You don't know what it is. You don't know where it's at. It's in your mind. It's your subconscious mind. It's talking to you. That little voice, that thing between your ears, that thing that talks to you all the time. It's around your shoulders. It's in your head. It's between your ears. It's telling you some things. It's telling you some things that you cannot do or do. It's always telling you what you deserve, what you don't deserve. That invisible force that's within you. Do you have control of that invisible force? I want you to figure out with me tonight that you have this power and you have control over that invisible force. You just have not been trained in that power yet. I'm talking about your behaviors. I'm talking about how you act every day. I want you to start allowing yourself the privilege and the honesty and the recognition that you deserve. So when you tell yourself, I want this seven-figure income, I want you to feel it. Feel it like you have it now. I want you to permit these things to start coming into your life. See, you want it intellectually. You do want this income. You do want this success. You do want this money right now. But something inside of you is resisting it. You have to learn to let it go. You have to learn to let go of all these limiting beliefs that you cannot have it and start moving into just, I want to have it. So I want you to help me here so I can help you. Welcome, Jasmine. Thanks for being here. So help me so I can help you get there. How are you going to get there? You have to ask yourself these questions. They're simple, honest questions. And you have to take your mind to a place where it's never been. Take your mind to a place where you've never been. You have to go somewhere where this money is being earned. You have to see somebody that's earning this money that you want and start earning it like them. Start copying. You want to earn that much. You want to think, what would you do with that money? What would that income or that goal do to your family? How would you feel? In lesson one, in thinking into results, some of you are in that lesson, some of you are not. We teach you how to set a big goal, something that you've never done. But then I'm going to teach you how to dream about it, how to think about it, how to start feeling what's it like to have that house, to have that car, to have that beautiful boat or yacht, to be in that club, to be in that golf course. I want you to connect on the feeling side. What would your family think when you make that success? What would your family share with you when you actually take them there with you? What kind of trips are you going to go on? So this goal that I'm asking you to set tonight or later on tonight, think of how it's going to feel. Feeling is the communication of your subconscious mind. I want to help you connect with it. How many charities are you going to help when you make that seven-figure income? And the reason I say that, because I want you to become a giver in life. I don't want you to be a taker. Nobody is a taker. Or, the takers are almost losers, right? You want to come into this life and be a giver. You want to be the kind that gives all the time. Because if you don't give $1 out of the $10 that you have right now, when you're making that 100,000, you're not going to give up 10,000. When you're making that million, you're not going to give that 100,000. So you're going to become what we're talking about. This big goal, you're going to become it. How do you do that? How do you become that goal? It kind of doesn't make sense, right? Because your goal could be, I want to buy a building. You're not going to become the building. You're going to become the meaning of the building. You're going to become that individual that's going to rehab that building, make it better, and people are going to come in and live in it. And you're going to give them a beautiful place to stay. In return, you're going to get some benefits. You're going to get some residual income. You're going to get some hundreds of thousands of dollars rental income. So that goal that we want to be is, who are we becoming? See, we don't get things. We grow into things. And I want you to think of a goal that you're going to grow into. It's not about getting the knickknacks. The knickknacks, the cars, the toys are just fun along the way. It's like when you're traveling from Toronto to Chicago, you're going to have different stops. And at each stop, you're going to have something, scenery. Enjoy the ride. So, who are you becoming? Who are you going to help along the way? What's going to change in your life with this big goal? So, we're going to set a big goal, something that you've never ever done. But I want you to be selfish tonight. I want you to think of yourself. What do you want? Not what your mother wanted, not what your dad wanted. What do you want? See, you could be influenced by so many people around you, and you're going to go on achieving things for them, but you're not going to feel fulfilled. I want you to start feeling fulfilled yourself. And to do that, you have to think of you first. We have to save the captain. We have to save the captain first, and then you're going to save everybody else. It's like when you're on this plane, and when you go on a plane and they say if the oxygen mask drops, you put it on yourself first before you put it on your kid or whoever's around you. Because we want to save you first. We want to save you so you can have all this energy, all this wisdom, all this awareness so you can help everybody else. So you start asking yourself, what do I want? What do you want? Are you ready? You ask yourself this question. You have to get really honest. You cannot fake it. Because if you fake it, you're going to get caught eventually. So after you ask yourself this question, I want you to start believing that you can do it. This goal that you're going to set, this big goal, I want you to believe that you can do it. Now, in the beginning, it's going to feel fake. In the beginning, it's not going to feel real because it's something you've never done. It's something that you haven't been there. But you have to convince yourself and that subconscious mind, the trickster that's inside of you, we're going to convince it that you can do this. How are we going to do that? I want you to start believing that you can do it, that you can be that master salesman, that you can be that artist, that you can be that actor, that you can own that podcast station. And what kind of emotions are going to flow through you when you're having that experience? So you start developing these thoughts day in, day out. Every day you wake up and say, I'm going to do it. I can do it. I can do it. You tell yourself, I can do it. I can do it. You tell yourself, I can do it. I am the best. I can do it. I am the best. You just tell yourself. Now you're talking to yourself at the beginning. Then you start talking to yourself in the middle. You're going to get more courage every day. The more you do this, the more you're going to encourage yourself to do more. And just imagine yourself, you are there. You're going to set a big goal. If you've never earned $1 million, you know how that feels. Start thinking, how's it going to feel? And believe that you can do it. Because if you believe that you're not going to do it, you can't do it, you're not going to do it. We become what we think about. You've heard that from Earl before. You've heard this word. Thoughts become things. So you have to think from a deeper side of you, from the higher side of you. Believe that you can do it. So what do you think it's going to take to make 7-figure sales? What do you think it's going to take? What's that one thing that you think you need? You're probably going to sit down and write on a piece of paper, I need this. I need a team. I need a house. I need a car. I need a better place. I need to move to another city. You start writing things down. What you're going to need. And then I want to tell you, what if you have it right now? What if you just have, what if you can just have it? What would it be? You have to ask yourself these questions. These answers are going to come from you. If you think it's going to come from the outside, you're kidding yourself. It's going to come from within you, because I'm going to take you there with ease, effortless life, and you're going to make that income beautifully. You're going to get that success that you deserve with ease. We're not going to do it with stress. We're not going to do it with running like crazy all week long, 365 days a year, and you're going to wear yourself. No, we're going to do it with ease. So what's it going to take for you to move into this kind of extreme sense of goal setter, to become a real goal achiever? Because thinking into results is about achieving goals. Thinking into results is about achieving goals. The science and art of goal achieving. When the laws of success were written, before Think and Grow Rich. It was all about these 500 millionaires. How did they achieve success? They went from nothing to $1 million status in the 1900s. So Andrew Carnegie commissioned Napoleon Hill to do that. It was about how do you achieve a goal? How do you go from nothing to something? Most of you have done it, but they are not big enough. And now we're going to take you to that next level. So you might be thinking, it's not me. Don't have the genes. I don't have the height. I don't have the hair color. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm in the wrong city. No, forget all that. I'm going to give you the answer. The number one thing that you need to get that goal achieved. What is that number one thing? So do you believe it's skills? Do you believe it's confidence? Do you believe it's a plan? Do you believe it's the health that you need? What do you need to achieve that goal? What's before the goal? You see, coming on the call is easy. Checking things online is easy. But to get that goal really moving, there's one thing, and it is in this book, Think and Grow Rich. You can probably guess what chapter it is. And I'm going to share with you what chapter it is. It's chapter 2. Desire. Desire. It's chapter 2 in the Think and Grow Rich. The true answer is desire. And you can write this one down. If you haven't been writing things down, I urge you to start writing things down. Welcome, Cass, and everybody that's in this room. Start writing things down. It just makes a big difference in your life and everybody around you. Desire is the starting point of all achievements. So I call this room leadership, goals, and desire. Once you desire something, there is no other reason. There's no other thing that's going to happen. It has to show up in your life. Desire is the starting point. Everything that's in your life right now, everything that's around you, the tables, the desk, the coffee cups, the kitchen, the light, you desired it at some point. Somebody around you desired it, and it's now became a reality. Desires must move into form. So if you think you've got the magic key, this is the magic key. The magic key for you to achieve what you want, to get this bag of cash, to get this bag of love into your life, is to desire it first. And you have to desire it. You have to desire it more than ever. Desire is the number one starting point of all achievements. All desires must move into form. They have to. It is the law. Just like gravity. If I drop a pen or if I drop something, desires are the same. It's the law. I don't make up the laws. These are the laws of the universe. So you want something. Do you really desire it? Do you truly desire it? Or are you wishing and hoping and praying and hiding and not taking the action? I want to move you to a level of desire. I want to move you to a level of burning desire so this thing can move into form. It's not going to happen by itself. I have found that most people that want to change, they do want to change, but they are really not willing to change. They are just not willing. They're just wishing and hoping it's going to come alive. They write their goals down. We ask them, write your goal down in the morning, write your goal down at night, get into the feeling, but they're just going through the motions. I want you to connect with it at a deeper level. I want you to become more aware. All desires must move into form, and it's a starting point of all achievements. Now, so you've thought of your goal. I've mentioned a couple different goals. We're going to stick with the thought that a 7-figure sale, 7-figure income. Maybe that's my desire. Maybe that's your desire. Maybe yours is 2 7-figure incomes or 3 of them. I don't know. Until we share, until you speak with me and you book a time, I don't know what your desire is. How can you turn the heat on this desire? How can we make it a burning desire like Napoleon Hill talks about in Think and Grow Rich? How do you get this desire to be hot? How can we turn the heat on? Because we need to turn that heat on this desire so you start moving into action, so that you get yourself off the couch and start doing what you need to do every day, day in, day out. So let's think of this goal, seven-figure income. That's the goal. That's like the chicken in the oven. So we have a chicken, that's the goal. We're going to put it in the oven. And desire is the temperature of the oven. So your desire, your feeling, your animation into it, and your want, and the level from a scale of 1 to 10 should be 11, 12, 13. If it's a 1 or a 2, it's not your desire. You don't really want it. You're wishing and hoping. I only like to work with committed people. So desire has to be a 10 on a scale of 10. Desire is like the heat in the oven. And you can build that heat. You can learn how to build the heat. I'm working with a gentleman who's like, Kamal, I don't have the energy. I don't have the feet. I'm like, why? Perhaps you have the wrong goal. Perhaps you've set a goal that you are doing something because your grandpa said so. Or your grandma's told you at one point that's what you should have and that's what you're doing. Like I said, we need to save the captain. I want you to work on a goal that you are in love with. You must be in love with that goal. Now, you can have a reason to fall in love with it for your kids, for your family, but you have to want it. And I want you to learn how to build the heat on that goal, build that desire so you can start becoming intuitively goal achieving individuals. So you can take the minimum amount of action and move towards your goal. See, it's not about making a lot of moves. If you look around, all the people who are millionaires and multi-level success, 7, 8, 10 businesses, they don't make a lot of moves. They're moving, but they don't make a lot of moves. They decide fast and change slow. They decide fast and change slow. Every item that you have in your house right now, you desired it, and that's why it showed up. If you did not desire it, it would not show up. If you have a cup of coffee or a tea with you right now, you desired it and it showed up. You went and you got it. You could have walked 2 floors. You could have gone another block to get the cup of coffee, but you desired it and you made yourself do it. If you did not have the desire, it would not have happened. The new desires, that 7-figure income or that building or the boat or the yacht, is the same thing. But it starts in your mind. And we want to build that heat. We want to move that heat up of your desire so we can shorten the time. Because I don't want you to have this goal achieved 20, 30, 40 years from now. We need that goal to be shortened. We need to get it now. How fast can you get it? How can you shorten the time? This heat, this burning desire shortens the time. Nobody knows how. Nobody knows how long. But I want you to desire it. And I got to be honest with yourself. Are you ready to let yourself in on the idea? You have to be ready to letting yourself in to become the master of your game, whatever is that game, whatever is that thing that you're selling. You have an idea. You have some business that you're in. Are you willing to master it? Are you willing to move somewhere where you've never been before? Are you willing to allow full control of your results? Are you willing to take that control? I want you to do that. I want you to become world class. I want you to practice. I want you to desire it. I want you to be sure. You have to say, yes, I want it. That's why I'm here. I want this. I want that money. I want that income. I want that building. I want that health. I want to lose the weight. I want to have that relationship. I want to have that good life. If you're just sitting on the fence and wishing and hoping, it's not going to happen. That's why you are where you're at. You have to want it more than yesterday, more than the day before. Every day you're going to have to want it. And every day that you wake up, you're going to have to reassure yourself that that is the goal that you want. That is still your desire, because things can change. We shift, we drift. You're going to have to want it. And if your game is sales, every one of us is in sales in one way or another. Sales is the highest paid profession in the world. Sales is the highest paid profession in the world. You want to learn that game? Come along. But you have to decide that you want to be a master. You have to go to the mastery level. You don't want to be the novice. You don't want to be an order taker. Let the clerks do that. You have to become a master. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. When I heard that from the sales trainer that I met 2, 3 weeks ago, he said, "You don't get what you want, you get what you are." I'm like, wow, we don't get what we want, we get what we are. If you're going to change, your thinking has to change. That was the number two thing that he told me, or the number three. I think that was the number three. If you are going to change, your thinking has to change. Now you might tell me, Kamal, I'm not ready to change my thinking, and I'm going to say, that's fine. Don't change your thinking. It's up to you. Your thinking and your manifestation of results and your progress has gotten you so far. Your results are an indication of how far you've gone. If you want to go to that next place, if you want to move, your current thinking has to change. You don't have to trust me, just look at your results. So what does that look like? You have to ask yourself, how am I developing? How am I growing? Who am I with? What's it going to be like? $1 million a year. What's it going to be like? How are you going to operate differently when you're achieving that 7-figure sale? How? Are you mentally going to be there? Are you physically going to be there? Are you going to have a team? How are you going to do it? See, results is the name of the game. And you have to change. And to change, like I said, your thinking has to change. And then we're going to take you a step further. Your paradigms have to change. What is a paradigm? Paradigm is a mental program. It's a bunch of habits that you're involved in. Your current results are an effect of your paradigm. The kind of work you do, the way you show up, the income that you have is the paradigm that you're in. So we're going to have to build a bridge for you to get to that next level. And how are we going to do that? How are we going to go from where you are to where you want to be? What's it going to take to have you decide that today, this moment, this hour, I'm going to move from here to there? Why do people change? Why do people desire new stuff? Why do people desire more money, more income, more health, more wealth? Why do people succeed and a lot of them do not? We can teach you that with thinking into it all. We can teach you how. See, the how is part of the teaching. So you might be asking, why is he not telling me the how? Because the how is part of what I'm going to teach you. You show up, you start going to class, you're going to learn the how. I'm going to show you how to come up with the how. Something has to change. Your thinking has to change. Your paradigm has to change. But there is one thing that is so critical for you to understand. Your current situation has to become unacceptable. You have to start declaring to the world and to yourself that the conditions that you're in is not acceptable. Your current condition has to become unacceptable. Now, you could be in $100,000, $200,000 income. And if you want to go like myself to the $1, $2, $3 million a year, you have to start becoming irritated with that income. You got to say, that's not good enough. I'm better than that. I can do more than that. I believe I can do more than that. You have to start rejecting the situation that you're in. That situation had to become unacceptable. It's like an old car that you've had. Every one of you probably had it. You've ever got rid of an old car that just gives you a hard time? You get rid of it. It just breaks down all the time, flat tires all the time, ball joints, tires, steering wheel, leaking oil. You just get rid of it. It becomes unacceptable. You just get rid of it. And even if you're going to take the bus, you're going to have to get rid of it because it's unacceptable. So what you're going to have to do to burn your bridges and move to a new desire, you have to start becoming unacceptable with your current situation. I don't mean ungrateful. You have to be grateful for what you have, but you have to stop accepting it. Because remember, we need to fuel that desire. I want you to have a burning desire on this next big thing. What are you earning right now? Are you willing to say that $100,000 is not enough? Are you okay with the money? Have you made yourself at peace with money? Do you know that it's okay to ask for more money, or do you feel shy and it's like, oh my God, people think I'm greedy and look at them, they're gonna say I want to be a millionaire? What's your feeling about money? That's what I'm talking about. You have to move to a different area. You have to move to a different group of people. You're gonna have to let go of your business, some businesses. You're gonna have to let go of some friends. You're gonna have to let go of so many TV shows and move to a different world in your mind first, and then in real life. Desire is the key to your achievement. Goals and desire. Every leader out there that's built a business or built some kind of company that makes anything, they had a goal and they had desire to make it become to life. All desires must move into form. It's the law. That's what I'm talking about. You have to really want what you want. And who's controlling your results? Who's controlling your results right now? You might be thinking, my boss. You might be thinking, my company only pays me so much. You might be thinking, every real estate I do, every deal I do, I only get 3%. Well, why don't you do two of them? That's two 3%. Why don't you do three of them? That's three 3%. Who's controlling your results? Who is there to blame? So part of the leadership part of me teaching you and coaching you or thinking into results is you becoming the leader. You gotta step up. This is not wishing and hoping and maybe. This is you becoming that leader. Who's controlling your results? It's not your boss. It's you. You are in charge. But it's easier for every one of us to blame somebody else. To say the school that I went to is not good enough. The friends I hang around is not good enough. The church where I go. It's so much easier to blame because then you'll be accepting your current situation. You have to stop denying yourself the wealth that you deserve and start taking full responsibility of yourself. Nobody else. Do you take responsibility? Do you take that responsibility? Or do you play the blame game? If you blame the blame game, you don't want to change. You got to take full responsibility. So you have to sit down and say, okay, look, I'm making $10,000 a month and I want 100,000. What do you have to read? What do you have to study? Who do you need to hang around? What sales books do you need to read? What extra help do I need? What webinar? You start asking yourself these questions. What groups do I need to move into? Who am I going to study with? What has to change? Really, you got to sit down and take 30, 60 minutes and ask yourself, what needs to change? What do you think needs to change? What would happen when you're making $100,000 a month? Seven-figure income pretty much is $100,000 a month. What kind of thinking is going to take you? Are you willing to let go of the past? Are you willing to let go of the past? Are you willing to master an area of your life that you've never mastered? Because you could have a different goal. It doesn't have to be money, but are you willing to master this thing? Because if you want to dabble, that's wishing and hoping. That's not a burning desire. That's not a big goal. That's just part of nature, part of life. You know, if you stay as an employee, you're likely to get 1-2% raise every 2-3 years, or maybe you get some kind of check from the government. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about you taking full responsibility and starting to master one or two areas of your life to the mastery level. Don't be scared from it. You can do it. And you tell yourself, I can do it. If anybody else is doing it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. That's what I'm talking about. How did I go in 8 months from where I was to now? 3-4 times the income. How is that possible? Two things happened. Actually, three. I started asking for more. I wanted more. I got a mentor. Bob Proctor, and I started taking action. That's it. It was not the degrees. I already had the degrees for 21 years. I was already working 21 years, making six figures, but I wanted more. So I started asking these questions. What's it going to take? Started getting into some groups. But the best way to get to that next level fast is to seek a mentor, seek a coach that's been there. And I went for the best and I forgot the rest. Bob Proctor has been doing this for 61 years. He's 87 and he is now teaching me the art of money making. The art of making $1 million look small. And it's not just Bob, there's many others. Laura Lagmeyer, Forbes, Riley, Harrison Klein, a fitness trainer. There's different areas in your life that you need to master. So you decide what you want. You start taking action and you get a coach and you really do it. You get in on the idea. You fall in love with the idea. Your desire must move into form. So Ashen, Harj, Nakia, Cass, May, and Lori and Elliot, there is no reason why your desire cannot move into form once you start acting and behaving like I'm teaching you here right now. So if this excites you, if this moves you, if this is at all interesting to you, reach out. I know Elliot is one of my new clients. Welcome aboard, Elliot. I'm excited for your journey. So is Lori. I want you to start dreaming big because you can. We are living in the best exciting time ever. Although so many think of it as, oh, it's the past COVID year and everybody's in trouble and all the negativity. You know what? Forget it. This is the best time ever. Best time ever. And we can teach you how to do that. You have to learn how to accept new ideas and reject the old ones. Now, how do you do that? How do you start accepting new ideas and reject the old ones? How do you control that subconscious mind of yours? Thinking into results is one of the ways. You ask yourself these questions. This imagination of yours, we're going to allow it to grow. Start having that life and that relationship that you want. See, these thoughts that we have a tendency to move into form. So you think of something and then it becomes real. But how? How can you see it happen in front of your eyes? I've seen it happen in front of my eyes. In the 8 months I've been working with Bob on this, my life has changed upside down for the better. And you know what? We're just getting started. We're just getting started. And it's not hard work. It's exciting work. It's work I love to do. And I'm sharing it with you. So do you have a desire? Have I been able to kind of engage you in an idea that you really want to move forward? Have you thought of something that can really change your life? Do you let it go, or are you too shy? Are you too busy to actually take time for yourself? What do you think it takes? How much time do you think it takes to move from where you are to where you want to go? What's it going to take to double your income, triple your income? If $1 million is too scary for you, just go double your income, triple your income. We can get you there. I'm going to need your dedication. I'm going to need your commitment. I'm going to teach you with mindset. I'm going to teach you to become a leader. I'm going to teach you the art and science of goal achieving. We're going to help you let go of all the beliefs, limiting beliefs that you've had for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years of your life. We're calling shifting your paradigms. And you're going to start making decisions, baby, because it's about making decisions. If you don't know how to make decisions, you're not going to get anywhere. These new results that are going to come into your life, you're going to have to learn how to make decisions. Really, you're going to have to ask yourself, do I know how to make decisions? Am I more aware today than yesterday? How do you become more aware? What do you have to do to become more aware? Because up to now, you have not been aware. I'm raising my awareness. Every day, I raise my awareness. Every day when I study, I raise my awareness. Hello, Rob Berry. Thanks for watching. Rob, from a good friend of mine from LinkedIn, is watching me live. So thank you. I appreciate you, Rob, being here with us. How do you raise your awareness? With Bob Proctor being my mentor, I raise it every day by studying mindset material at a level that I've never done before. And it doesn't take long, half an hour in the morning, half an hour at night. But what do you study? Do you just go on YouTube and watch a bunch of random stuff? Or do you just find a PDF from somebody that put something on it? No, I study the best material available, the best, because once you start respecting yourself, once you start respecting what's coming into your mind as the jewel that it is, you better protect and guard that mind. And as I become more aware, I only take things from the best people in the world, the best people on money, the best people on mindset, the best people in real estate, the best people for investing. You have to be careful what advice you get and from where. That's why I went for Bob Proctor. It's the best information in the history of mankind as we know it. I don't know if there's anybody else. And I'm not the only one saying that. Millions of people's lives have changed for the better. World known. He was in the movie The Secret. He's got books, he's got articles, he does lives everywhere. You get to know and see him all the time. So you have to protect, to become more aware, you study. And as you study every day, as you study this material that I have and thinking into results, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night to change your life. Just imagine that. You might think it's a fantasy, but going live on 3 different channels, 4 actually, today. This was not available a few months ago. It's now available. I'm now aware of it, and I'm going to use it to help spread the message. And you're going to become more aware of different ways to make money into your business. How are you going to do that? Who's going to help you? Come along the journey. Come along this beautiful journey. And don't worry about what's going to cost you. You got to think, what's it going to cost you if you don't come along? That's what you got to ask yourself. What's it going to cost me by not going there? Because you know what? I know what it cost me. 21 years, 5 degrees, and I was still at the 6-figure. Less than 8 months, it's at least 3 times, and the year is not over. It could be 4 times or 5 times by December. And the potential is way more. And this is not to brag. This is just to entice you to think big, that you can have it too. Are you committed? Would you commit to your desire today that you're going to start acting tomorrow more than what you did today? Do you see yourself growing in this awareness? Or are you going to stick around and keep downloading stuff from YouTube and just jump around and find it? No. What are you going to do? You're going to have to commit to yourself and get serious and take full responsibility. Tomorrow is Monday. How are you going to show up to work? Shoulders up, big smile, happy, confident? Or are you going to show up depressed and sad and it's the end of the month and there's all these bills? Which way it's going to be? Wouldn't you like your life to be changed around, to start becoming the leader that you deserve to be, to start becoming a goal achiever, to start shifting yourself to a whole new level, a whole new you? People are going to need a telescope. Serious. You're going to need a telescope like this one to see yourself 6 months from now. When I first heard that from Bob, I was like, wow, that's incredible. But now I get that all the time. I get emails and texts and I'm like, wow, Kamal, what has happened? My clients, go read their stories on my website, El-Rassi.com, testimonies. 4, 5 clients, 8 clients, a lot of testimonies, a lot of videos. You will need a telescope 6 months from now, 3 months from now. You don't know what you're missing until you start seeing this stuff. Are you prepared to come on this journey? Are you willing to let go of the past and start moving somewhere where you've never gone? Because that's what it takes. We have to become somebody new. With goals and desires, everything is possible. Every desire must move into form. Every desire must move into form. That's just incredible. So Joseph and Elliot, thank you for being here with us. And we got Rob Burry here online on LinkedIn. Rob, if you have a question, type it in the comments. Elliot and Joseph, You're welcome to speak if you'd like. The mic is yours. I'm here listening. Let's have a conversation. Who would like to go first? Flash your mic. Joseph, thanks, my friend. Welcome to the party. Go ahead, please.
Wolf, what's your dog's name?
Her name is Teddy.
You got to put in her 2 cents. Okay. Whoever you are, if you're just getting into Kamal's program, get into it. If you don't have the money, go borrow it. Because what you're about to hear is real. All right, Kamal, we got a lot of work to do. But it's going to be fun. You've been studying and reading the imagination all week. And imagination is a very, very powerful tool because it's in the conscious mind. The book, okay, has been speaking to me all week. And I'm going to share a few things. I'm going to try to keep it in a very specific order. But you're a part of something that I created, that Bob created, in this whole legacy. Thinking into results, okay? And Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. And I know we're speaking about thinking into results. But this is how this is going to play into this. Bob Proctor. He's the oldest man on the planet alive today who has direct ties to people who wrote Think and Grow Rich. Earl Nightingale was the last one. So all of these programs that are coming on Clubhouse now, right now, as of today, they didn't exist 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 10 years ago. I was speaking with a woman from Canada who studies this material, and she was in a chapter. Now, I didn't know who she was, but I'm the law of vibration. Words are just noise. Vibration never lies. In the heart of that book is the subconscious mind. Now, I do believe, Kamal, you have the hardcover, which I received a hardcover, signed copy, when I went to the Matrix from the $1 Million Club, a gentleman from Belgium. In any event, in the heart of the book, I think it's right around page 270, 297, is the 7 positive emotions over the 7 negative emotions. And the reason why I'm saying this is so specific is because you and I are into Bob's work. Wherever you are in your current development, we're going to work on our relationship. But 7 positive emotions over the 7 negative emotions, those are 2 different planes of life right there. And you'll see when you go down, and then it goes into the next chapter, the brain, the intuition, telepathy. Well, in there is where we create our imaginary counselors. Now, this is a very powerful language. I mean, you can get into it, but people that are listening, this is what we do for a living. Kamal's team, we are professional development life consultants in transformation. We can show you how to get anything you want. Kamal's team teach, advocates, actions, and model. Advocates and model. So anyways, my point is, in the middle of that book, 77 CPR. I journaled that. I didn't know why. 5 years ago, Kamal. 5 years ago. And now it's coming to life now on this platform. So what I'm getting at is, as I clarify this message, Bob speaks to me through this work. Mary Morrissey, she's the queen of light for me. She's my spiritual guide through working with the law. This is lawful, this material. We're sharing this on such a level. This is business. Multiple sources of income. I've created it, and it's coming together through a program. We're labeling it 77 CPR. CPR is cybernetics, creation, paradigms, results, respects, responsibility, respects. It's all playing into the goals and desires of the leadership that we're teaching here. So the further we get into, like, this is your page, we want to brand this as Kamal's page, thinking into results, and then right there in the leadership where it says goals and desires, put your own flair on it, right? 77 CPR. I can prove it to you. I sent the emails in the PGI. It's like it's all there. But this will be your own streaming. It's your own page. It's your own TV show. And every time we insight, foresight, hindsight, and we throw that imagination out there even further, it's real. This information's real. It's lawful. It speaks to and through me. Now, I had a huge download all day. I've had my pen, I'm writing, I'm doing things with other people. I acted on that property that I told you about. And it's amazing how we do little things every day in a great way. And I know this. Now, I just happen to, now I'm going to bounce back where I sent you that message when you were in that room, and I was listening. You have so much power locked up inside of you that's coming at you, and I'm aware of this, where we all have to share. But multiple streams of income in the real estate industry, if that's what the business that you're in, these are great tips that you can share. If you're looking to buy property, you go like this. You get on the phone with somebody like Lori Lincoln and say, look, I want to buy XYZ. This is what I'm looking for. Get back to me. And that's it. That person does their job. Because when you get at the level in that conversation that was just in there when that guy was using Grant Cardone and using that, Grant Cardone comes on these sites. And what he's coming on there, listen. Listen with your ears, man. No, not with your ears. Listen with your emotions. Remember when I said people hear in ignorance? Well, Bob, ignorant people live in fear. People live in fear. That's the left. Actually, in Think and Grow Rich in the subconscious mind, it's on the right side of the page. But when we do the law of polarity, fear and faith, understanding, it's on the left side of the page. Well, we live on the right side of the page of the mind order. Well, when Grant Cardone comes on here, he was on yesterday, and he's telling the people, look, it's self-image, and they're arguing with him. And he's saying, you don't have to do that. He just said 3 days ago, he finally found another attorney. You see, an attorney, you pay lawyers to do their job. He goes, I finally found a guy in Texas because the guy understands what I'm saying. When you get to this level, it's like filling out your own report card. You get on the phone, how many properties do you want to see happen? How many properties do you want to buy next year? You want to buy 10? You want to buy 12? Buying the property is not the thing. It's where do you see yourself? Because $50 million, it's easier to borrow $500 million than it's to borrow $3 million, as odd as that may sound. Now, have I ever borrowed $500 million? No. But I know people who have. But I do understand it. So these messages are coming through. I want you to look at this page, thinking into results. Put your own brand on it, because streaming, artificial intelligence, every time you hit like on Instagram, when you go live and all of those little hearts, they blow up, people are getting paid for that. This is real information. NFTs, when you go live on TikTok, that's 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, 7 days a week, 7 classes. Say these things to yourself. Say it out loud, and it will invite people to come in. Thinking into results, I want to say this right now. By the end of this next year, how many thinking result programs can I help you sell? How many people can we ping in? But you know what I started thinking about? We don't want to just start pinging in people for the hell of it, because there's people out here teaching thinking into results, teaching Think and Grow Rich, and they're butchering it. We're on the chapter of this. It's like, what is wrong with you? So what I'm saying is, not wrong with you. You get what I'm saying. The ignorance. It's like, Bob has been teaching this. Anybody that's promoting Think and Grow Rich, it came from the master himself, because he's the only guy on the planet still alive, that still teaches the same thing. Now, how much money do we want? That law of compensation. We're playing way too small. Way too small. When you write letters to money, you don't see the American dollar. But this is what I've learned. That American dollar, let me tell you something. I'm going to challenge all of you. It has its own language. That green piece of paper in today's world, the government, everybody says, it's worthless. It's not worthless. Though by law of opposites, if they're telling you it's worthless, then that means somewhere else it's got to be worth something. And it can hear you. I'm a farmer. I live on the ground. The animals don't care if you pay me with a credit card or not. So money is real. Start paying people with cash. Go pay somebody $100,000 in cash. They won't even know what to do with it. It's its own language. Read, write, think, the law of supply, the law of increase. The law of receiving is huge. Give and take, give and take. Bob has been speaking to me through this work, and it's amazing. He's my mentor. El-Rassi is my success advisor, and by all means, I'm saying this out loud. Mary Morrissey, she is my spiritual queen. Very, very powerful stuff. The imagination, and we're going to get into this. 77 CPR, 7 positive emotions. Over the 7 negative, I created that brand. I am my own brand. You people are my success advisors. See, we're negotiating moving forward. We can literally, I'm working on it, 501c3 nonprofit organization as 77 CPR. I am the medium of exchange. This music, I beat the vibration, it speaks to and through me. And when we find the right people to get the right message, we're creating our own economy right here, right now. This is thinking, and I'm also sharing it. And if you were born rich at your fingertips, good Lord, good. Let's encourage everybody as they read to get thinking group, not to you were born rich, and keep it close by them, because the chapter 6 is the chapter 6 in Bob's book is the law of vibration and attraction. But what we want to change now is, let's call it vibration and attitude, because that's where we've all shifted. The law of attitude is the same as the law of attraction. And then chapter 7 goes right into the risk takers. Risk taking is a relative term, but wherever you are coming in on this phone call, you're here. You didn't just stop in by accident. You were supposed to be here. This is what we do as professionals. Chapter 8 is a tricky one because it's number 8. And the 8th letter, infinity, what goes around comes around. Then chapter 9. Chapter 9 is amazing because that's where the 333 idea is, and everything is happening in threes. Unbelievable. Totally believable. I put an offer in on that property. They want $2.5 million. Listen to what I'm saying. They wanted $4.5 million. I didn't know that. I said, I'll give you exactly what you want for that property. $2.5 million. Okay, great. 3.3 is what I want because it doesn't matter. I want to buy that property with 3.3 million. I'm going to have the 3.3. Give them the 2.5. See, they don't know this. My imagination doesn't know this, and it's not even happened yet. It's 30 days away. 333 idea. Read that again. Nexting is texting. People have been texting their ideas for the last for the past 15 years, texting. Emotional extortion, this is real. We're in an audio app. And by nature, this is our mentor. Bob has taught us. If we don't understand the law of vibration, we're toast. And where I'm coming in at my angle, 5G, 6D, algorithms, I know that these platforms can listen to us and we can create, because every word that's coming out of your mouth, our mouth, it's all Bob's work. And we all have our own conditioning. We all have our own self-image. We're all working for our own good. But what I'm saying is right now, I've created something that I can share with everybody who wants to join in. So if you're hearing me, join Kamal's book club. Get involved with him. Anything that he has to offer, because we are creating something so huge, it's never been done before. And the Think and Grow Rich legacy and thinking into results, this material sells itself. But you gotta believe. You gotta believe and trust your advisors. Like Kamal's your advisor. You gotta believe him. If you send him a text and he tells you to do something, you gotta fucking do it, man. And I think, excuse me, but you know what? Toughen up your offensive skills. Everybody's so offended these days. Go after what you want, not what you think you can get. I am a pure example of this. Kamal, thank you. Elliot, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wow. That was Joseph, full on fire, full on fuel, full on desire. Thank you, Joseph. That was just beautiful. And it just shows you the passion. Like, this is when somebody has studied the material, taken it, and now it's putting it into his life, and he's just getting what he wants. He's getting his desires and goals becoming real, and he wants the same for every one of you. So that's the gift. That's the gift that we have, to be a leader, to get your goals and desires achieved. That's what we got. And the key is, do you want it, right? Yeah, I want, Joseph said so many beautiful things, but I want to comment on a couple of them. You got to accept the idea that there is a better way than what you're doing right now. There is a better way. You got to accept that it's going to be simple. This new thing that we're teaching you. You are somehow you showed up on this live, you showed up on this channel, being Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube or Clubhouse, because you're asking, you want more. And here you are, you get somebody sharing with you that, hey, I'm going to show you how to get it. Now, the key is, are you willing? Are you willing to go somewhere where you've never gone? Are you willing to let go of the misery that you got and go to somewhere where you could have something better? I think at some point, Bob said once, if nobody jumps in to take this material and start studying and growing, they are most likely happy with their misery. The key is you moving, you accepting a new condition, rejecting what you got, and let's take you somewhere where you've never been. By studying, becoming more aware, by becoming successful. You're going to have to decide. You're going to have to decide that what you want is a lot more than what you got. And here we are. You have somebody in your corner that can help you start achieving goals, help you move your self-image to a better one, help you understand the difference between what you know and what you do is big. We're going to help you change your behavior, change your results. That's what we're talking about. This is not just a quick scheme thing. This is real. You're going to have somebody in your corner. You're going to have somebody on your side. You're going to have somebody looking for you. You're going to have a team working around your goal to help you get what you want. See, so many people stop. Oh, Teddy's saying hi, everybody. So, I don't know. She's hearing. I believe it's the trick and treat kids outside. We're giving them candy. So she's just saying hi. She's a good dog. So what's stopping you from moving forward? The number one thing that stops everybody from moving forward is your paradigm and your old habits. And that's the thing. It's your paradigm and your old habits. That's what we're talking about. So I just want you to accept that there's more good for you to have in life. You can have everything you want. You can start very quickly. It doesn't take long. Some of you already started and you are on your way. But so many are sitting on the fence and not taking responsibility, wishing and hoping it's going to happen one day. Wishing and hoping that somebody's going to come with an envelope and give it to you at the door. Well, here's your thing. It's not going to happen. Nobody's coming. That promotion is not happening. If you're going to wait until somebody retires, if you're going to wait until your company changes their contract, until you get a double-digit income increase, how long are you willing to wait? Let's get you to start achieving your goals. Let's get you to start changing your paradigm. Let's get you to start becoming the champion that you are. And make a decision that this is going to change your life for the better. Like I said, 6 months from now, you're going to need a telescope to see yourself. With your results, your behavior, your attitude, and how you're going to feel. That's the best part. You're going to feel so good. You're going to feel so good. The best thing about it is that you're going to feel amazing. You're going to love the way you're going to become. Because this material is going to teach you how to be the best version of yourself. The best version of yourself. That's what I have for you. So thank you, Joseph. And I want to give the chance to Elliot or anybody in the audience if you want to speak. Elliot, would you like to share what's your thoughts so far on thinking into results or what I've spoken? What would you like to speak, Elliot?
Yes, please. Well, first of all, I didn't know how I was going to follow Joseph's enthusiasm. I mean, and his way of expressing himself. So I'm glad you chimed in to come out. Now, the first thing is I knew that when I was getting started with this, I got as far as I could doing what I was doing. Now, the first thing is I knew that when I was getting started with this, I got as far as I could doing what I was doing. Now, the first thing is I knew that I was getting started with this, I got as
very scratchy, Elliot, the audio. I'm not sure what's going on.
Okay. Let's try that again.
Hey, that's better. Like that.
Okay. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and trying to get a different result. Well, I never considered myself insane, so I knew I had to do something different. I heard of Bob Proctor. I've heard of the Think of Rich book. And something that's been around this long, to have such longevity, there has to be truth behind it. It's not a wing ding, thank you, ma'am, overnight kind of thing that people get involved with. I mean, Bob by himself has been involved for 60 plus years. Okay? Earl Nightingale and Dale Carnegie, I mean, those are big names that still to this day, when you quote them, people listen. I mean, to have that name recognition, okay, takes also a certain amount of respect to the people who were around then and kept their name alive along with their quotes and their memories. That says a lot to what this program has to offer, in my opinion. That's my 2 cents.
This is Kamal. Thank you, Elliot. It's so beautifully said and so amazing, and it's so true. I'm forever grateful that I made that decision, and I made it before I realized how significant it is. And Elliot now just shared it with you in a beautiful 2 sentences that the lineage is just incredible. I mean, we are talking about me sharing this with you, Bob being your guide. I'm live here with you. Earl Nightingale, who's the father of this material. And before him was Napoleon Hill. So Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich and who wrote The Laws of Success, he taught Earl Nightingale. And Earl taught Bob. And Bob is now alive. He's 87 and he is now teaching me. So just incredible. The lineage is just, it does not get any better. I mean, it does get any better if you want to go and be directly mentored by Bob, you can do that. But that's going to cost you a big fortune, $250,000 for half an hour. So I'm not going to charge you that much. Not even close. So the lineage is just phenomenal. The history, the tradition, the material, the level of depth of the material that's going to get you where you want to be. And who taught Napoleon Hill? Andrew Carnegie himself. Andrew Carnegie and 500 other millionaires that made themselves from nothing to something. That's what Napoleon Hill did. He spent most of his life doing that. Napoleon Hill taught Earl Nightingale. Bob worked with Earl Nightingale, and then he went on his own. And Bob has been doing it for 61 years. That's the incredible part. So when I decided to want more and want to be mentored and coached, I went for the best. And now you have the best. This is the closest you're ever going to get to Bob, unless you go and be under him. Like I said, he mentioned it once to us, to be directly. $250,000 for half an hour. And unless you're part of the different program like I am, we're thinking into results. So this is an opportunity of a lifetime for you. So if you want to become that next version of yourself, if you want to move your goal to that next level, I'm talking to you, Carlos. I'm talking to you, May, Harj, and Nakia. Yes, I'm talking to everybody that's listening. Jasmine, Rob. Do you want to move to that next level? The results are going to be phenomenal. I mean, it's what I don't know what you're waiting for. Like, you gotta jump. You jump, and the net's gonna appear. You just have to trust. The only reason why you don't jump is because you don't trust yourself. But you know what? I'm gonna help you trust yourself. I'm gonna teach you how you can start trusting yourself. That's what's so good about this material. It applies to every area in your life: your health, your fitness, your mental capacity to achieve, your goal setting, your decision making, every area, happy, healthy, and wealthy. That's what I'm talking about. If you have a team, if you have kids, if you have a school, That's what this material can do. It's going to help you become the best version of yourself ever, period. And you know what? You're going to change habitually. So once you get to achieve one goal and change your habits, then we move to another one. Then we move to another one. That's the beauty of this. It's a permanent change. You're going to become a whole different person, a better person, an amazing individual. It's a gift. I call it as a gift for real. The small $7,000 you're going to pay for 6 months of coaching is nothing compared to doubling your income, tripling your income, making 100,000 in a month, becoming a better version of yourself. Just imagine that your family is going to love you for it. You're going to be a better individual. Your people, your employees. If you have a team, buy it and share it with them. I mean, God, if there's 5, 6 of you in the office, well, it's like not even $1,000 each. It's a price of a cup of coffee a day. Don't deny yourself the things that you should have. This is what I mean. I'm going to help you become more aware. So now you are more aware. Now it's up to you to take it up a notch, or 2, or 10. Or are you willing to wait another year? That's what everybody does. Everybody waits. I'm here to wake you up. I'm here to wake you up. Shake the tree a little bit. Let's get you to make this year the best year ever. Text me, send me an email, say, yeah, Kamal, I'm interested. I want to know more what you have. We'll have a discovery call and I'll tell you all about it. It doesn't take long. It's a beautiful journey we're on. And I want this journey to be with every one of you. That's the goal. Every one of you. You just have to accept one thing, that you deserve more. Whatever you've been trying has not worked. This will work. I know. I don't just think it works. I know it works. 100%. I know it works. That's what I'm talking about. So that's all I have for you tonight. Thank you so much, Joseph and Elliot. I'm going to leave it up for questions right now. I'm going to end the live stream, but we can stay maybe 5 more minutes because trick and treat is happening. So if you have any other questions or anything, reach out, call me, raise your hand. And it's been amazing. It's been a beautiful conversation.
Can I say something real fast?
Yeah, sure. Elliot, please, go ahead.
You know, I was thinking about the names that I had mentioned earlier, and the word that came to mind was lineage. And we're at a time when all these people's words are now available to us. So the lineage that we're gaining through this program, it's like perfect timing, because we have more abilities to communicate and to have more people grow in multiple ways, not just financially. And they who grow will create their own lineage. And I just, the opportunity is here, is my opinion. That's my 2 cents.
That's so true. Thank you, Ali. That's so awesome. Yeah, I mean, the opportunity is here. And these individuals, Earl and Napoleon Hill before him and Bob, they became where Bob went from nothing to something. And now he's helping thousands and thousands of people. And that's my job now too. So the lineage is there. The material is here. The key is everyone that's waiting and sitting on the fence and you're doubting yourself. You got to just stop doubting and step up. Step into that greatness, because there's just amazing things waiting for you. It's like what Joseph said earlier. This does not happen by chance and luck. You are meant to hear this information tonight. Every one of you, you're meant to hear it. That's the thing.
I know that you want to wrap it up. I'll wrap it up with a good bang for our buck. So the gentleman, Elliot, you're speaking and you're into the book. I see, psycho-cybernetics. Understand what that is. It's power in that book. Power in that book. The gentleman that you mentioned, when we start learning, everything is already here, and that you're developing it in your consciousness. And when you really get into this, as the material gets flowing to and through you, all of the leaders that you mentioned are speaking to and through me from my level of awareness. And one of my challenges is trying to find the language, trying with a purpose, like expressing the language that everybody can come along with. Cybernetics, psycho-cybernetics, that's CPR, cybernetics, bondage, vibrations, and paradigms, paradigms, you know what I mean, paradigms. And then when Kamal speaks, he's a professional consultant speaking and expressing, and then when it's here, that's going into your consciousness. And whatever you do for a living or wherever you are in your environment, you have to become a mental giant, because the mental part, that's where the psycho-cybernetics is all about self-image. And self-image, a lot of this work, especially Napoleon Hill's work, all in Think You Grow Rich, it's all inside work, and it's flowing to and through you. It's all inside work, and wherever the individual is in their individual personal development, your conscious, there's only two ways to change a paradigm or accept one, and it's through an emotional impact or elite level consulting and study. That's like three ways, but wherever you're coming in, we're doing it now, and it's happening in a big, big way. So stay on board, invite your friends. And actually, I've learned a few things. I did exactly what Bob went through. I mean, I'm an example of this material. Now, I'm a trained professional. You never want to explain yourself as a business person, but I can share with you. Bob's work spoke to me through God. I died because I did one of the worst things anybody could ever do in their lives. I gave my power away through some really bad things that happened to me, and I wished death. And pretty much what you wish comes upon you. And Bob was the one who answered my prayer. It's this material. So moving forward, see it in your mind, psycho-cybernetics, follow every damn thing. And if it makes sense, like if you can feel it in your senses, it will make you dollars. And that is the key thing, what we're all about. It's prosperity consciousness. It's a wealth consciousness. It's a healthy consciousness. Healthcare is self-care. I want to say thank you for this opportunity for me to express myself. Thank you. Thank you, Kamal. Thank you, audience, if they're here. We're on to something huge here, and you're going to see. You will see. You will develop the tools by practicing thinking to results. It's like filling out your own report card. Kids say the darndest things. Only a fool would stop them. Eagles fly alone. So, we all wake up. Never be afraid to try something new, ever. Broken crayons still color, and hugs were invented to let people know that you love them without having to say anything. I'm coming at this from every angle possible because what I'm doing, I've always had dreams about taking over the United States in such a way like personal development, but that could be around the corner, maybe in the next 10 years. But in 10 years, this platform that Kamal created, I wanted to say leadership, done, goal, fourth dimension, fifth dimension, and trademarked on here because we invented this. 77 CPR. I'm going to keep affirming it. I'm Joseph Edward Palermo. I am my own brand. You people, my audience, my collaborators, my fellow compadres, my fellow consultants, I would like to see you sitting on advisory commissions in paid positions in our nonprofit organizations where we're bringing this online everywhere we possibly can. Share your wealth. Thank you.
Wow. See what Joseph just dropped on everybody here. So thank you all so much. I put a link here at the top. This is a new feature that with this link you can actually reach out and get more direction what to do next. Get involved. The only risk that you're going to do is not doing anything. So get involved, start doing something so you can advance your life to the next level. With this link, you get to see several things that are available for you, different ways to participate at the level of your desire. And that's my gift to you. Just get started. Get started today. Don't wait. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till next week, because that's how the paradigm is going to take you. It's not going to let you do anything. So start tonight. You got the link. Click it. And whichever one you like, the book club, the coaching course, the monthly thing, just decide. Make a decision and move in this direction, because the only risk you have is not doing anything. And if you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen. That's the definition of insanity: expecting something new into your life and doing nothing. So I look forward to speaking with you soon. Welcome again. This has been a successful 4 different platforms live at the same time. Thank you, Elliot. Thank you, Joseph. Thanks for the notes. Love you all. And keep coming back. We'll see some of you in the morning at 7 a.m. with Think and Go Rich. Have a good night. God bless. Bye bye.
Can I come out?
Bye bye. Good night.